Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Greg here again with a final reveal of the little M3 Stuart light tank. It's an old kit. It's from the 70s. So I thought I'd just give it a little go and see what I could do with it. I had this base from Fog Miles I bought quite a while ago and I forgot I had it. So I knew it would come in useful for somewhere along the line, so I did it with a little Stuart. As you can see, I'll just bring it onto the light so you can see it better. Let's bring the light over slightly. That's a bit better. As you can see, it's all finished. Oh, it's not quite good enough at light. There we are. That's a bit better. I did the usual sort of thing with it. I'll start from the beginning and put my teeth in properly. It's a simple kit to build. I built it within an hour and a half, something like that, one afternoon while I was waiting for something to dry. It went together really typical Tamiya, really easy. Not immense parts. I think it was maybe 40, if that, 50 parts. I can't really remember. No, there wasn't many. So once the construction was done, I give it a shadow coat of the NATO black, let that set up, dry, and then I did the highlight coat with the white, flat white, and left that. And then I did it, I think it was, let me just check, I can never remember if it was, I think it was this one, wasn't it? Yeah, I did it with the F62 olive drab. Can we see that? A bit marked, unfortunately, but did I say 65? 62, sorry, olive drab. So I'll give it a coat of that, and I got the sort of the shadowy effect with the white and the light and the dark and different variations on the panels. And then I, once all that was dry, obviously, I started I put the decals on, and then I give it a dual coat. I leave that for about 12 hours the next day. Leave that to, you know, dry properly, and then I started the weathering. The first thing I used when I was the weathering was these old MIG things again. It's MIG pigments, and it's Allied Green Fading PO or P036, which is that one there. And I just lightly went over each panel on the tank, and it just gives that something a little extra, if you know what I mean. Just give it some, just gives it a little bit something extra into it. Go away. Away you go. What the hell is this dropping down for now? There we go. So as you can see, the green fading just give it a little more edge to it. And then I just started going around giving it excuse me, a pin wash. You see each, all the rivets and things like that, and went all around the turret, the hull, the wheels, the running gear. Did all little, that way. I'll let that dry. Did it again. Just give it a couple more bits and pieces of the pin wash. Let that set up again, and then I mixed up some rust pigments a long time ago for a. I think it was for the old Tiger 1 when I did the rust on the exhaust and things like that, and I made too much and it was liquidy, so I just left it to dry, and it's left all that stuff in there, and it's brilliant. It's pigment again, just dries, obviously the liquid's dry, and I use that for the rust and wear and tear, and as you can see it's got a few rust marks all over the bits and pieces. Couple of extra little things I did to it. I put a little bit of stowage on the back. Still waiting for my guitar strings to arrive, so I've had to use the jeweler's wire again, unfortunately. I'll pick it up in a minute, but things might move. Telegraph pole, made a little sign saying Berlin that way, just nothing too. Let me just see if I can zoom into it a bit better. I'll give you a better. That's better. That's better. Give it a bit of a thing now, can't we? As you can see on the base, I just used the pigments again to go in between each cobbles and the path, and I did a little bit of wet effects just along the the curbside, as if it was water had been down there and things like that. A few leaves scattered here and there, and a few grass tufts, my own grass tufts that I make with the flock box, which is a lot better than using the other one. Using the one that you shake. That flock box is a lot better and a lot easier to use. Yeah, as you can see, this was already pre-moulded onto the base, so I just coloured them slightly again, made them a bit darker, and then a bit of brick dust. And I had some, I think I've got them here, I got these quite a while ago. I've got these from a website, I can't remember, it was a Ukrainian website quite a few months ago. And just little, let's just come back out of them, let's come out of it, we can't see them, can we? Yeah, basically it's all little, you know, posters and things like that, the German and things, and newspaper cuttings and newspaper fronts. So that's all I did with them, is I scrumpled them up, PVA'd them and scrumpled them and left them to set. And it's just, you know, as if the wind's being blown down the street and they're being blown around with the leaves. That's all there is. As I get back to the tank, as you can see, it's quite well weathered and battered a little bit. No battle damage as such, just wear and tear, general wear and tear. I had to hollow out the main gun, that wasn't hollowed out, so I had to hollow out the main gun, but I couldn't get into the machine guns. They were a bit too small to drill into, unfortunately. But there again, we've been a small, an old kit, as you can see. Yeah, it's quite well weathered. And let's turn it around to the tracks, see if we can get a look at the tracks if I hold on to it. It's usual Tamiya tracks. Let's just bring it to the camera a bit better. There we go. Sorry about this voice, yeah, it's a bit rubbish today, isn't it? Weathered tracks, not too much, just a light dusting, a little bit of the, you can't quite see like oil, you know, coming out the bogies, just as if, you know, the gasket sprung a leak and things like. And again from the little return rollers at the top, I've just sort of got some black wash and streaked it down as if it was, you know, again some oil and liquid or whatever in there, so it just makes it a bit more interesting. There, we can see a bit better on that. There we go, looks better now. So not too overly weathered, just enough I feel. Let's say we get round to the rear. I did the rear very similar. I don't know if we'll be able to get to the light with that, can we? Yeah, there's the rear. Just some first I've used a bit of oils, rust, you know, rust stains and things like that from the back doors. As you can just quite see them in that light. Obviously the shovel, there wasn't much accessories to go with this time. There was just a shovel, which I was quite surprised. Hey, I can see the bit of mud and oil and rust, and there again on the back plate there you can just see small like rust streaks. I think you may be able to see them on the sides of the where the rivets are as well, if I can get to them. Now let's just zoom out a little bit. Maybe the light will pick them up. Just there we are, just a few bits and pieces along. There you are. It's just a few bits and pieces just off the rivets, just generally, you know, it's been out in the weather, it's been around a long time, and a few rusts from the rivets, as generally the things do like that. And same with the turret. Get back to the turret again, nearly. Rubbish camera work today, guys, sorry. Yeah, little figure. I'll zoom out again, I think. Let's see if we can get a better light onto the figure. Let's just bring the light out here. There we go. He's not too bad. We're getting better. Slowly getting better. Each one I do keeps up a bit better, and quite happy with this. I really am quite, yeah, I think I paid about 15 quid for this little kit. Wasn't too much. telegraph pole from. I think it was from a Talieri telegraph pole set. Made a little, damaged wires all being cut. Made a little sign saying Berlin. So you just have to excuse me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Have wife will phone, and they're not supposed to. So it came out really well. I'm very happy with this little kit. It'll go in my little cupboard or my little glass case that I've got. So generally, go back to what John says. You don't have to buy these big expensive kits to make them look good. It's how you paint them and obviously how you make them as well. But generally, if you've got a bit of nous, you can make it a reasonable job on it. Also, I used a bit of the graphite pencil along the sides, as you can see, is a bit of back to the steel type thing, and around the gun mantle there, and bits and pieces on the front, all the hatches and all that, and a bit on the machine guns. Made some little, don't think you'd be able to pick them up in this light, but I actually made some little wires for the, you might be able to see that one there, yeah, for the headlights. Did a couple of little wires for the headlights. But generally speaking, it's quite a nice little vehicle. It's got, it's got a 30 cal, it's got two 30 cals and a 50 cal at the front, so it's got quite a few machine guns. It's got 1, 2, 3, 5 machine guns, and obviously the little, I think it's a 2-pounder, I think, I'm not too sure, I think it's 2-pounder. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. So yeah, it came out really well. I'm very happy with it. So on to the next build now, which is, I've got a couple of buddy builds to do now, so I'm going to do the, I'll start 2 kits, I've got 3 kits in fact I have to start. I'll be starting the Matilda, eventually for me, Joe and Steve, buddy build, and then I'll be doing also the Tiger with the full interior with Jack and Paul. So we'll crack on with that, and also the railway build, which I still haven't got around to yet, but I will. It's just a matter of me getting my bum into gear and doing it, but it'll be there. I've got 11 months left yet, so I'm sure I'll get it done by then. I'll do it in stages. So like I say, I'm very happy with this. Came out really well. So I think that's all I have to say. I'll probably do a couple of kit reviews later on today at some point if I get time. Nothing too special, but just a couple of kits that I got for Christmas, which I still haven't reviewed yet. So this is Greg signing off, and thank you very much to all my subscribers and a few new ones which I've just picked up recently. Welcome aboard, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to view this little video. And I will see you soon. This is Greg signing off. Thank you and goodbye.